Hello, this is Dread from Epic Builds, and in today's video topic, we will go over some of the uniques I think are going to make the biggest impact in patch 8.4 thanks to the new legendary crafting system, pretty much allowing you to add extra modifiers to uniques that normally would miss the mark. If you end up enjoying the video, I'd suggest liking and commenting on the video, as that's the best way to support the channel and also the best way to tell YouTube that I'm doing a good job. The first unique is going to be surprising. It's going to be Thornslinger. Normally belts are used for one thing, and that's to stack HP. You obviously have the cleanse potion prefix, but normally you can get away without this. And the damage prefixes are lackluster due to only being able to have one of them. So the +1 to physical skills is insane, as we can just add increased and hybrid HP very easily with a bad exalted belt. Since it's level 6, it will have the highest chance to easily receive 3 to 4 legendary potential in comparison to much higher level uniques, and it can easily become a +1 to most of your skills, as a lot of them share the physical tag. I would heavily suggest looking out for some of these belts and decent exalted belts, as this belt can easily make room in a lot of builds. It even starts with 4 potions, which is insane for such a low level belt. I feel like this one was going to go under the radar until I made this video, so it's nice to make people aware of such a strong item. The second unique I go over, of course, as a Warpath main, is going to be the Wings of Argentis. One of the biggest downsides of going Argentis for most Warpath builds is the loss of +2 to Warpath. As you know, it's a very point intensive tree, even after the rework. Being able to land a +2 on this would equal to a +3 to Warpath if you have the fire version enabled, and will 100% be a chest I try to make in the future. Since Argentis is a boss drop and is a lot more common this patch, it means we can keep farming for +1 legendary potential Argentises until we land what we want. And Argentis, even with flat HP or increased HP, would be massive as well, as the 40% reduced damage while moving all but makes up for the loss it normally would have versus a rare chest piece. This is definitely going to be one of the first legendary projects I attempt in patch 8.4. The third unique I'm going to talk about are Stimied Fates. This unique has a lot of cooldown for a lot of different skills and is kind of bad as of the moment. That is mainly due to the lack of movement speed and HP that are on them. But with the legendary crafting system, you could easily land a +1 legendary potential one thanks to it being a low item level, and since it's easily droppable from the Shade of Oribus. It means getting one with a respectable amount of stats is super easy, making this a premier setup for builds that rely on your movement skills. Not only that, but a deep pair of decent movement speed boots with a chance to gain haste on hit is a nuts setup, easily one of the best items to turn legendary this patch. The fourth unique on my list is a special one. Buldars Wrath Werebear is looking to be very strong build this patch, with its synergy with the new movement skill in its arsenal, Maul, with a low and spammable cooldown, which means that Buldars Wrath is going to need a tune-up. One of the primary weaknesses of Buldars Wrath is its lack of base critical strike chance, and landing one could be super easy since it's a normal drop from Spirits of Fire. This makes it easy to farm up one and set it up for success. Even a stat like critical strike multiplier on top of all these other mods could make this weapon go from meh to go insane, and I'm sure it's going to be the premier unique to turn legendary this patch, especially with all you werebear lovers out there. The last unique we're going to talk about is, of course, Wing Guards. How could I not talk about this beautiful pair of gloves today? It already has an insane set of mods, which make them crazy for ailment attack builds. But imagine if that had from 40% attack speed to 55% attack speed, or if it had a hybrid HP roll, or even better yet, critical strike avoidance roll. And since it's a level 45 base, it means you're going to drop a lot of them, and you can target farm them very easily. This means you could easily have a pair of wing guards with 1 extra affix, which leads them to becoming some of the best gloves you could have for an ailment-based attack build. I look forward to making an insane pair for a new Surf and Strike build or Ignite Warpath setup next patch. Obviously, there are hundreds of new possibilities this patch I couldn't mention in such a small video, so what's your guys' thoughts on legendaries? What do you think will end up becoming meta crafts for the game? Which uniques should be turned into legendaries the most? Please leave your opinions down in the comment section below, and if you made it this far in the video, think about subscribing, as that's the best way to see more videos like this in your subscription feed. With all that being said, this has been Dread from Epic Builds, and I'm off to create more builds.